Peace and blessings, beloved. It's your sis, Aisha Abdul Rahman. Welcome back to my channel. Here on my channel, I share a little bit about genealogy, my ancestry research, as well as archives. In the previous video, I talked about building a house in Sierra Leone. So in today's video, I'm going to give you an overview, or rather a review, of what my experience has been like with building my houses with JobaMax. Okay, so one disclaimer before I get started with this video is not sponsored in any way, nor am I advocating for or bashing JobaMax in any way. I'm just sharing my first-hand experience. I didn't even think about this. I'm just going to go off the top of my head as I'm sharing my screen and showing you guys what I think. I'm trying to think of what else do I need to say before I share my screen. So yeah, I'm not promoting. I'm not bashing in any way. I'm just giving my personal opinion based on my personal experience that I've had for the past couple of months working with JobaMax. Okay, so this is my home screen. It's the first thing that I see when I log in. So right now it's showing my current amount due, which I actually just paid right now. One of the biggest problems that I've had is it's not JobaMax per se, it's the Kola global app that they're using for their payment system. You'll see here that I have my IPA that's paid. So I basically have been doubling up on my payments since I started. So I would pay like this is my minimum amount. So I would pay like, this is what's due in December. But then in the middle of December, I would pay like another $500 or another $600 for my payment. But then something weird has been happening with their system where it's been looking as if I'm making payments late because I double up on my payments. So you can see in, let me see if I can go to payment history without showing you all my business. Okay, so I initially paid, you can ignore these deposits. This is my down payment that I paid. And then all these origination fees. So my first payment, I could say, was due August. So in August, I paid my $566.71 payment August 31st. So I guess that was kind of like, I don't even know. I feel like, as you can see, I made 3 payments in August. So I think what happened was one of these was actually my July payment, but they applied it to August. So these dates, I believe, are the date that I paid it on, but it was for the following month. So it's supposed to have my first payment, I believe, starting in August. So I paid $600 in August, and then I doubled up. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and make another payment. I'm going to start paying double on my payments. So this August 31st payment was actually supposed to be for my September payment. And then in September, I paid an additional $400. But then at the end of September, I paid my October payment. And at the end of October, I paid my November payment. And then at the end of November, I paid my December payment. So right now it's showing I owe $566.71. It's for my January payment. So I stopped paying double payments because I was getting, basically it was saying like, oh, this has been applied. But I started getting emails saying, oh, you owe $100. Oh, you owe $200. Oh, you owe $4.99. Like, why? So I stopped doubling up on my payments. I had been emailing them, being like, hey, can you guys update the system? What's going on? And the problem is JobaMax does not own the system. This is just what they're using. And I really don't like it. I don't like the system at all. I really hope that they come up with something else because it messed up my payment. So now I have to manually go in and look at my receipts and look and see and review my payment schedule. So my payment schedule will say $566.71 is due every month. But because I'm doubling up on my payment, the amount that I'm paying in interest every month is, my understanding is, that should be going down. And I don't think it was necessarily going down. My IPA remaining has gone down. So I don't know. I'm a little bit confused about the system. I've emailed them and asked them to help me to understand the way that their system works. What they said is, oh, it's not our system, we can't update it. So one thing I did notice is now when I click pay now, it says, do I want to pay the current month or do I want to pay next month? And this was not like that. Before, it just had whatever date. So today is December 24th. It would say December 24th is my payment. Now it says current month or next month. So I like that. So, but my thing is, if I pay another payment now, I guess I could say, oh, I'm paying it towards January. I'm paying it for the current month. And then if I pay my March payment in January, I can put next month. I don't know. I'm going to talk to my financial person and see what they suggest. And maybe they can help me to understand this better, because for the past month or two, I stopped doubling up on my payments because I was like, yeah, this doesn't seem right. This isn't making any sense. So the other thing that I don't like about their system, so you have your payments, shows all your payment history. You have your services, which is basically like my origination fees and my deposits and things like that I paid starting in May. So many additional fees, but it's in my contract, so I kind of knew what they were and what to expect. But it's different when you're in the moment and you're like, okay, your this fee is due now, and then your this fee is due now. So if you look at my payment history, I had a lot of like little teeny tiny fees. So I paid $10,000. I don't even remember what this $1,000 deposit was for. This application fee, this other down payment fee, I don't know. All I know, I remember saying I'm going to pay $10,000 now, and I'm going to pay $30,000 again, and then I'm going to start with my monthly payments. All these other little origination fees were kind of, I knew I was going to have additional fees, but when I had to pay them was kind of a surprise. So there's all these little fees, which if I had known, I would have just paid them all at once. So that was a little confusing, but everything was in my contract, so it wasn't like I didn't know that these fees were there. It's just really understanding, having a lawyer review things and explain them to you in plain English, I guess, would be good. So the other thing that I don't like is here in the document. So here is my contract, which I've shown you guys in a previous video. I skimmed through my contract. The other thing I don't like is the photos. So my understanding is the contractors are sending these photos to Jova Max via WhatsApp, and then they're updating them in WhatsApp, or they're updating them here in Kola. It is now December 24th. I have not gotten any new updates since October 6th. I can email them and they'll say, oh, we're sorry, we thought you were in the WhatsApp group. I still haven't been added to that WhatsApp app group. So I'm confused, and I'm like, okay, am I supposed to be seeing things in WhatsApp? Am I supposed to be in a WhatsApp group, or am I seeing things in Kola? So we'll go back and forth between Kola and me emailing them. When I email them, they're very responsive because it's Jova Max directly. I get a response, I get an email within 24 hours. But I don't want to have to do that. I want a consistent update every month of what's going on. It's been 2 months. I shouldn't have to be like, hey guys, what's the update? What's going on? I was promised pictures and I was promised videos. I don't have any videos yet. I would like videos because I want to share them with you guys. All I have are photos, are images. So these are the images, and I would like to be able to kind of like a slideshow present, like go through each one. So this is the update. A couple of you guys that know me personally have messaged me on WhatsApp, and you're like, hey, what's going on with the property? What's going on with the house? So this says, let's see, what does this say? Retaining walls have been fully complete with only the carpet grass planting along the tracing outstanding. The final landscape activity is scheduled for completion next week. Okay, well, that was 2 months ago. The compound wall is currently 70% complete. Gate columns have been concreted. So I did get an email like so long ago, maybe 2 months ago, with them asking me, pick the gate you want. So I emailed them. I picked the gate I wanted. So I was under the impression that right now that wall, basically the wall around my compound and the security gate, probably over here somewhere, is installed and done. So it's a black gate. I think I posted it in the community tab here on YouTube, what that gate looked like. The other thing is, I'm a little concerned. As you guys know, I have a garden, kind of like a greenhouse that should be, I don't know if this is the back or if this is the back, in the back of the house. And I was also under the impression that I purchased a bigger lot than what I'm seeing, and I feel like this is really close to this house. And I don't even know, like, is this my house? So those are the other questions I have, is like, I'm assuming this is my house. But to be honest, guys, I'm not really sure. So I'm going to have to email them, get some clarification. I would like a video, like walk through or walk around. Cause yeah, I'm assuming this is that house that was there was my house. This is the other view of it. But it's not horrible. Okay, yeah, so this is the front. This is where the gate is that I have. But as you can see, there's, I guess maybe this is the house. And then all of here would be the driveway. So video would be really helpful. I'm a visual person. Pictures are great. And this is pretty cool. I guess I could park in here. But yeah, it's just a little confusing, and I guess I should have started in the front. So we anticipate completing the construction of the retaining walls next week, followed by the installation of the gate column gate. So I should have started the opposite way so you guys can see how they started first. But I wanted to kind of give you an overview of the system of what's going on. So this is how things started out. They are using those clay bricks, which I absolutely love. As you guys, if you've been following for a while, you guys know I'm into sustainable housing, earth ships, containers. That's what I was gonna go with in the beginning. So when I found out that they were using local dirt, I absolutely love that. So that's what they're using, kind of like a composite, like what an earth ship uses to build the house, which I absolutely love. It makes it sustainable. It makes it very, I don't know what's the word, because I'm not, what's the word? I'm not an architect, but I'm also not a geologist, I guess. But basically, by using the local earth, it makes not only your home more sustainable, it makes it more sound in terms of how long it's going to last and things like that. In a previous video, I've gone over a little bit of what I learned about the material that they're using and where it's coming, how it's being processed. So you guys can look that up on the other video. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of share this progress with you guys, give you an update as to what's going on. I'm very happy with how it's going. I thought that by maybe January, February of this year, it would be done, and then I would be returning to Sierra Leone to start with like the cabinets. I'm going to be doing custom cabinets. The electrical, I'm assuming, still needs to be done. The plumbing, I'm assuming, still needs to be done. Once the house is complete, I'm going to return to Sierra Leone. I have to have the cabinets, the kitchen, things done the way I want to. I need to have wardrobes done. I need to buy appliances. I need to have my solar installed. They're going to do like a basic solar, but I'm having upgraded solar done because the house is going to be fully solar, no generator. I talked to some local people that already live in the community that already have houses built by Joe and Max, and they were saying how generators are very expensive. They don't use it. They use their solar. So I'm not even going to have generator put in. I'm going to go all fully solar. And from the research that I've done in terms of internet, I believe I'm going to go with Starlink. I may have to do another consultation with Joe Hatagwa. If you guys are familiar with Authentic African, he's also building a house in Sierra Leone. He is Sierra Leonean. His parents are from Sierra Leone. So I've been using him a lot to advise me on things like sustainable ideas or where to purchase things in terms of like solar and things like that. I believe he's back and forth between Sierra Leone and Ghana, so he knows a lot more than I do, basically. But I just wanted to do this quick video, give you guys an overview, give you guys a long-awaited update. I've just been working. I've just been working, doing archive stuff, getting archive clients, staying busy, and working so I can pay for these things, because as you see, prices add up. You guys seen how much, I think in a previous video, what my contract was, what I'm paying for both houses. Both houses is gonna come to, I believe it was like 60 or 70,000. I paid 30,000, 40,000 down, and that was just money that I had saved up from other projects and other client work. But as you see, I am making payments, so your girl's gotta stay working. I don't. And then I wasn't really sure in terms of what type of YouTube content you guys are looking for to hear from me, because I'm not in Sierra Leone, I'm still in California. So if you have any suggestions on what you would like to hear from me in the meantime, I would be happy to share that. I know once I do go to Sierra Leone, I will have videos about what I'm doing in Sierra Leone, where I'm purchasing things, and more on the ground, boots on the ground type of things. So that is pretty much it for me sharing my screen and sharing this video with you guys. I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of what my experience has been like with Joe Max so far. A review of Kola, really, because I'm not happy with Kola at all. But also I'm not exactly sure what types of content you guys would like to see from me in the meantime. As you can see, I've got tons of boxes here. I've been doing a lot of archival work. On occasion, I do share a little behind the scenes on Instagram, but oftentimes, I would say 9 times out of 10, the things that I am archiving is private work that have not been given permission to share. I can kind of share my process. I've got some new fun tools. If you guys are curious about digitization, I do have my book, Tracing Our Roots. If you have not purchased it already, I will put a link in the description to purchase my book, which is all about doing your own genealogy research, heritage travel, and preserving your family history. This spring, I am launching courses, hands-on, step-by-step tutorials that go along with the book. So it's not just something that you read and some worksheets that you fill out. I'm a visual person, I'm a visual learner, and I like to see things actually being done as they're being explained to me. So that is the purpose of the course. It's going to be a major mastermind course that goes over everything that's in the book, everything that I've learned about archives and family history and genealogy, as well as heritage travel is going to be in this course. But that is pretty much it for this video, guys. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, go ahead and leave them down